Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. They call me residue, I leak blow on these beats. Got diarrhea flow.
Now shit on this. Man, welcome to the bottom line. And it's time for us to enter into season 2. And, you know, excuse me, I feel like I should do my Skip Shannon shit today, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know, Skip couldn't be here because his Cowboys got their ass whooped last night. Sorry to all you Cowboys fans. So he a little butt hurt. So I'm filling in, you know what I'm saying, old Zamogul. And so what y'all need to understand is I feel like our Madden League or leagues are better than the real NFL. I swear to God. And the only thing that's missing is the trash talking. That's all that's missing. I feel like if we can get that little piece up and keep it respectful. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I ain't trying to ask you to talk about somebody, mama, baby, daddy, kid, the bullshit. I'm just simply competitive shit talking. Let's just make the chat active. Let's engage a little bit. We're stepping into season 2. This is not new for some of you, but for others it is. And let me just say, welcome to World Madden Entertainment. I am the creator, commentator, competitor, Zamogul. And I'm very excited to have you in the league. You are by right now declared rookies. And so, you know, you got to go through the application process. You got to knock that out. Once you do, you'll be able to secure the team of your choice, and we'll be able to move on. So, you know, it's crazy because just a few weeks ago, we were ready to go down to 1 league, and now I'm at 3 leagues, and it's crazy, insane, but I'm all about the smoke. So I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I am absolutely cool with it as long as everybody does their part. You know what I'm saying? So that said, let's get into the bottom line episode for today. And, you know, Zach, why aren't you actually smoking the cigar? Well, listen, Shannon don't smoke his shit on the show, and my wife would kill me if I'm smoking it. So we just, you know, that was just for appearance's sake. Y'all be alright. Now, what I will do is celebrate with our first Super Bowl champion in the King of the Ring League, the Elite King. Now, I didn't know what he liked to drink, you know what I'm saying? So I figured I would just bring a plethora. You let me know, Elite King. I'm not gonna send nothing to you, but you know, if you happen to be in the area, I'll happily drink with you. You know, I got Hennessy, I got the Crown, you know, I got the Crown, I got that pure white. I ain't even cracked that yet. Tequila, you know. Hold on, I got vodka on deck. Ain't too much of that left. We got that goose if you want to get loose. Whatever you trying to drink, man, if we ever link up, it's on me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to you and winning the Super Bowl. His trophy is already on the way, and rest assured, he will be getting interviewed once he gets his title. So that'll probably be coming next week. Let's get these out the way so y'all can see me. So very excited for that. All this talking, you get thirsty. Break. Yes. The show only gets better when I start drinking, just so you guys know if they're new. So, Elite King, let's talk about it. Bloop, bloop. How y'all like the new setup? You digging this? 2 screens, you know what I'm saying? You don't get this nowhere else. Hold on. Oh, went too far. Bob. No, come on, man. Quit playing. Yeah. 26-20, it was a epic game. Super Bowl stakes were high. They both had opportunities to win the game and missed those opportunities. This went into overtime. and it came down to a field goal. And you know, like I said, it was a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I do not look forward to seeing those two rematches. I would love to see some other competition take the place of the Super Bowl. But let's talk about that for just a moment, shall we? We'll go to the other screen now, and we'll enter the KOR League. So, let's talk about the standings in the divisions, shall we? Just so you guys kind of have an idea of what's at stake for next time. For those that are new, you kind of have an idea of who you need to be paying attention to. Starting with the AFC North, the Bengals led the division at a 9-7. The Browns and Browns very easily could have got in 8-8, 5-11. He didn't play. Don't worry, he's been kicked out. Into the AFC South we go. The Jaguars are 13-3. The Colts were 12-4. Texans were 5-11, and Titans were 5-11. AFC East, the Patriots came through clutch and went all the way up to the AFC Championship, and then just, you know, it fell apart for him, but he had a good run. You know, Jets 8-8, but this was all because of their connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is by far the best player in the world I have ever seen to play with the Jets. Luxury tax told me to do that. I don't know why. I just did what I was told. Anyway, Bills came out 4-2. He left the league. Dolphins 4-2. He's staying in the league. AFC West side of things, the Raiders went 12-4. Clutch guy. Kansas City Chiefs fell apart in the wild card. Them Chargers, man, listen. Them Chargers is a sleeper team. You do not want to sleep on them by any stretch of imagination. They made some moves this first season. Watch for them to be a threat come the second season. And then we have the Broncos. This is not reflective of the actual Broncos player because he took over the team 3/4 into the league. So be on the lookout for him. Lions 12-4. Bears 9-7, 8-8. This can very easily be a very contestable division. It'll just take time to see what takes place. NFC South 11-5. Put you on your belly. Took the division, and then you had 7-9 Saints, 7-9. So really, this is a really competitive South division. I definitely see this being more competitive this second go round. And then you have your Super Bowl champion at 11-5. Which means that he is capable of being beat. You had the Cowboys come out 9-7, the Eagles come out 9-7. It's a very competitive matchup. So I'm expecting great things this second season. And then finally the West. Mr. Rams, 14-2, lost in the AFC Championship, but made a valiant effort and went almost undefeated. But again, anybody can get beat. And so you have the 49ers and the Seahawks at 10-6. The Cardinals was not, he was active actually. He was active and he had to step away, but he'll come back at a later time, and I really want him to come into my division. So again, very competitive. Very competitive. But there was one thing that I told you at the very beginning of the Bottom Line series, is that was that the Coach of the Year would get a headset. And for the KOR, let's not waste another moment in finding out who that is. Now listen, MVP player was Andrew Luck. Congratulations to you. Followed by Mr. McKinnon of the 49ers. And then the Colts, Kerrigan. And then Brady, Barkley, Fournette, Ansah, Kareem Hunt, Stafford, Brissett. You guys made the top 10 list. Congratulations. But there can only be one Coach of the Year. Now, I'm going to start with the top 10 and work my way up. Pete Carroll. And then we had Mr. Murphy. Then we had the Giants. Then we had the 49ers. Then we had the Panthers. Then we had the Raiders. Then we had the Lions. Jaguars. Colts. Number 1, the Rams. So, Mr. Pop, hold it down. Congratulations to you, sir. Presented to you by PDP.com. You have just won a new headset. So please send me your mailing address and I will get that mailed out to you. If you don't watch this video and then you don't send me the address, then I won't be shipping it to you and I will keep it. Just know that up front. Now, that is pretty much everything on the King of the Ring League. Very excited to get that started. We're going to switch gears. And Sosa, what's up, big dog? I got to sign into your account because I no longer am part of the MIB League. So, appreciate your assistance and cooperation and your permission. Exciting. Oh, wait a minute. Drink break. Burns so good. So good. Now, it is not by accident that I signed into Mr. Sosa's account. He is in the Money in the Bank League. And he has a conference championship against Big Four. Big Four, please play the game today because I got to move on. And so in the event that he's not able to play because he missed the time frame that was set yesterday, it would result in a forced win for Mr. Sosa. So be rest assured, for those of you that are watching, tonight you will see a Super Bowl match in the MIB. And so everything's looking real green over there. Thought Sticks was on there somewhere. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? The opponent that he faces in the Super Bowl is... It's Juicy, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. So he's already secured his spot in the Super Bowl. We just got to see who the winner of this two is going to be, and then we'll be set and we'll be on our way. Now, let's talk about the standings in the division as it stands. Woo! That's good. Browns, which would have been Big Four, 13-3 led the division. Bengals 9-7. Ravens need to do some work. Steelers need to do some work. Both weren't really that active, so not returning. AFC South, Jaguars 14-2. Titans went 11-5. Texans went 8-8. And then he retired. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Body Bag Beasy, who got body bagged 8 times, couldn't take it, and had to leave, had to retire, and did it quietly, didn't even say goodbye. I just want y'all to know that was y'all GM. So, in honor of that, I fired his ass. And I brought him in Jordan Attic, the man that was better than him from the get-go that beat him for the spot in the playoffs. And so, therefore, he is the new GM. Colts 5-11. They'll come back stronger next year. So AFC 13-3 with the Bills, baby. Dolphins went 7-9. Jets went 5-11. Patriots 2-14. AFC West 9-7. I actually would have outperformed him when I had the Broncos, but he had like 5 sim wins because they all stopped showing up, and so he was able to earn his way into the playoffs and then quickly got booted. I have since retired the Broncos. It was a pleasure being in the MIB League, but with Armageddon going full swing, I can't do all 3 and have a job and have a wife and have kids and stay married. It just ain't gonna happen. So I have to pick 2, and those are the 2 I picked. So that's what it is. And so we're looking to still fill that particular slot. But whoever gets the Broncos is in a damn good position. That's all I'm saying. NFC North, Packers 13-3, and the Bears went 10-6. The Lions went 7-9, 3-13 for the Vikings. On the south side of things, the Falcons 14-2. The Saints went 14-2. The Buccaneers 7-9. The Panthers 7-9. So you can expect to see a lot more competition going into season 2. NFC East 14-2 with the Eagles. Cowboys went 6-10, 4-12, 2-14. And in the NFC West, we went 12-4 with the 49ers, 5-11 with the Seahawks, 5-11 with the Cardinals. There's been a lot of transition in the MIB League, so there's going to be a lot of new members taking in that league. So I expect to see some more competition, and therefore it's going to be an even better season for the MIB. Getting into the stats side of things, who could have possibly won Coach of the Year when you had records like that? I do not know, but let's talk about the top 10 real quick. Devontae Freeman with the Falcons led number 1. Then you had Josh Allen with the Bills. For real? And then you had Carson Wentz with the Eagles. Then you had Baker Mayfield. Then you had Garoppolo. Then you had Goff, all quarterbacks. Drew Brees. Carlos Hyde, there we go. and Jamie Collins and Jabril Peppers, top 10. But there can only be one Coach of the Year, and I'm not even going to bother to go through the others. Number one Coach of the Year was the Bills. Congratulations to Call Yo Mama now. You have won a new headset. Now, you stay in St. Louis, so I'm not mailing that to you. We're just going to have to link up, and you're going to come get it from me. And I would love to have you on the show, by the way, because, I mean, you've shown that you have quite the character, and that's what I'm looking for. Speaking of characters, I'm going to go off on a tangent that's not scheduled in my notes. Where the fuck did the Locked In and Body Bag series go? Did it have anything to do with y'all getting y'all asses whooped, and so you decided to stop filming? This is strong. This is not good for me, especially when I'm talking to y'all. So hopefully they'll pick up their stride and get back onto filming and giving you guys what you need. In the meantime, in between time, for those of you that are new, again, The Bottom Line is a weekly episodic YouTube series that I do, and so you'll expect to see it every Tuesday. Okay? And that's just where we're at with things. So now that we've talked about both leagues, let's talk about the future of the leagues, right? So tomorrow, they will send forward both KOR, MIB, and Armageddon. With the King of the Ring and the Money in the Bank leagues, you're going to go into off season. You have the ability to do your free agency bidding. All right. The preseason sims at a daily pace, 24 hours to be exact. Now, that said, when you put your bid in, I'm not telling you when I'm simming. So it will be within the 24-hour time frame. It could be 23 hours. It could be 26 hours. You don't know. And the reason for that is that way you don't have a way of trying to get the last bid in. So I would advise you to put your best bid in first because you never know what might happen. That's all I'm saying about that. The money for the leagues is due on the 16th. That is, I think, a Friday. Hold on. Let me look. I ain't telling you no lies. It is. It is a Friday. So please get me the money by the 16th. Message me for scheduled preparations if need be. So that way I know what's going on, because come the 16th, I have to assume that you're just not going to pay, and then I have to boot you. And that's not really what I would like to do, because it's not easy recruiting and finding all these new players, which I am doing by myself, by the way. So if anybody would like to step up and help a brother out, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, please refer to the application fee for methods of payment. I also tagged everybody and said, hey, everyone, you can pay me in any one of these payment methods. I'm completely open. I will continue the King of the Ring and the Money in the Bank leagues until preseason week 4. And then I will pause until all funds are collected. Now, granted, once I get a majority, I will unfortunately be forced to move forward if you guys don't pay up. And so therefore I will have to drop players, and then you guys will have to face computers to some degree in some cases. It's not what I would like to do, but that's ultimately my reality, because I'm not going to hold the league up and hold it hostage because individuals don't have $25. It's just not right. That said, please don't put yourself in that position and communicate with me appropriately. Now, I am going to be postponing my live episode of The Bottom Line in light of the other league being created, Armageddon. And so I will actually still do that in December, and we'll do it like a Christmas giveaway type deal. So it'll be real fun. And I will hopefully get more people to be interested in joining. I'll talk about that at a later date. But I still have the 3 of you that committed to do it, and I will make sure that you guys are still added in. But I am going to look to add more. In terms of recruiting players, I am just 9 people away from filling the league entirely. Armageddon is already full. King of the Ring and Money in the Bank. I am posting the pictures of the available teams. So if you guys know of somebody, please, please, please help me out. Help me fill it so that way you guys get the authentic experience that you guys want. I get that you find that my league is awesome. It is. It is simply fucking amazing. But I can't do it all by myself. So I do need some assistance. I do need help. Even the great ones require help. You know what I'm saying? As great as I am, I still need help. So, if you know of somebody that can join the league, please get in touch with me so we can get them in the league and get them going. Now, with the new guys, I need you guys to be open, warming, and inviting. You know, we want to have a great brotherhood among the league. At the same time, I want to be competitive, but I want to be inviting. Because I'm looking for my core 64, if you will, but it's really a little bit more than that now, with there being a third league. But I'm looking for a core 64 active members that are actively engaged, that like competition, that like structure and having fun, spending their money and competing, talking football. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm after. That's the end game. So, just to kind of touch on the points one last time, for the King of the Ring members, your new GM is CC Dan. Please be patient with him as he undergoes a new process and a new role with the league. He's never been the GM before, but I am very confident in his abilities to do so. So please be accommodating of that time in transition, and I'm sure he'll do a phenomenal job. As well as Jordan Maddox is also going to be assuming a new GM role with the Money in the Bank League. So if you have any questions or concerns, you are to direct those to those two individuals. If a certain amount of time goes by where they don't respond, and by that certain amount of time, I do mean hours, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But let the hours go first, and I'll be happy to step in. But as this process continues to grow and expand, I'm very excited for the changes that are taking place. For those of you that are in Armageddon, Mr. Luxury Tax is the GM for the NFC. It's a lot of letters and a lot of liquor, so you got to give me time to get it correct. Mr. Bodybag Beezy is the GM for the AFC. So if you have issues, you are to direct your questions and concerns to them. They have channels set up in their specific names for you to do so. Do not, I repeat, do not send me the messages unless hours go by without a response from those two. And then I can step in. I greatly appreciate it. Also, there's going to be a future here in the next week special episode dedicated to Armageddon. We'll talk about the draft. We'll talk about what people's picks and how it played out and all of the process with that, because this is a new experience and I want to make sure I give it its just time, and it's not fair to those that are in the other leagues to sit here and take up that time now and they have no idea what the hell we're talking about or what happened. So I won't do that, but know that there is going to be an episode that I'll be crafting specifically for Armageddon. Oh, one last thing and then I'm done. Shout out to Jay Castro. I'm sipping right now. He asked for it, I obliged. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Madden Entertainment. And that is the bottom line.